Welcome back. If you clicked on this video, there's probably something inside you that wants to move forward, but something else is holding you back. That invisible wall, it's fear. And today, I want to speak to that part of you that knows it's time to stop running from it. Not tomorrow, not later. Now, because fear may have slowed you down before, but it doesn't get to define what comes next. Fear doesn't always show up with flashing lights or loud alarms. Sometimes it disguises itself as logic. It tells you to wait. It tells you you're not ready. It sounds like, what if I fail? Or, what will they think? But underneath all that noise is a deeper truth. You're capable, you're worthy, and you're strong enough to walk through it. One of the biggest lies fear tells you is that you need to have everything figured out before you begin. That's not true. Fear feeds on perfectionism. It convinces you that unless everything is lined up perfectly, you shouldn't move. But perfection is an illusion. It's a trap. The people you admire, they started scared. They started imperfect, but they started. If you want to break fear's grip, the first step is to name it. Don't hide it. Just get honest. Say it out loud. I'm afraid of rejection. I'm afraid I'll mess up. I'm afraid I'm not enough. There's real power in truth. When you name your fear, you shrink it. Because once exposed, it loses control over you. Fear thrives in silence. It grows when you keep it to yourself. That's why speaking it, writing it, sharing it, even with one person, starts to shift everything. The moment you open up about it, it stops being your prison. It becomes your pathway. Someone else hearing your fear might say, "Me too." And suddenly, you're not alone anymore. You want to overcome fear. Then reconnect with your purpose. Because when your why is clear, your courage shows up. If what you're doing really matters to you, fear becomes just another feeling, not a roadblock. Think bigger than your comfort zone. Think about your impact. Think about who you're doing this for. Movement kills fear, not thinking, not waiting, not overanalyzing. Action. One bold move, even a small one, breaks the loop of overthinking. Make the call. Post the video. Show up. Do it afraid. You don't need to feel brave to act brave. Action creates courage. Momentum creates confidence. And don't forget your body. Fear lives in your chest, your breath, your shoulders. So change your state. Stand tall. Breathe deeper. Move faster. Shift your energy. Because your physiology affects your psychology. If you sit like a victim, you think like one. But if you move like a leader, you start believing you are one. Fear is a mental movie. It's not real. It's a story about something that hasn't happened yet. So why not flip the script? Instead of imagining failure, imagine strength. Instead of picturing rejection, picture connection. If your mind can invent scary futures, it can also invent hopeful ones. Choose the story that serves you. We often forget that uncertainty is part of growth. You don't get to become better without walking into the unknown. If you're always sure, you're not stretching. If you're always comfortable, you're not evolving. Fear is a signal that you're on the edge of something new. And that edge, that's where you level up. Some people rehearse worst-case scenarios every day. What if I fall? What if they laugh? What if it doesn't work? But what if you does? What if you rise? What if they love it? What if this decision changes everything for the better? Let's stop rehearsing disaster and start rehearsing destiny. You've failed before and survived. You've been scared before and still showed up. Think about that. You already have evidence that you can do hard things. Fear is loud, but it's not permanent. It's not who you are. It's just a moment, one breath, one choice, one shift. And you're already past it. Your environment either fuels fear or feeds faith. If you're surrounded by negativity, doubt, or small-minded thinking, it will be hard to rise. So upgrade your surroundings. Be around people who speak life into your dreams. Be around energy that lifts you. You don't owe anyone your potential. You owe it to your future. Fear also fades when you focus outward. When you stop obsessing about what people think of you and start focusing on how you can serve, the fear begins to fade. You're not here to impress. You're here to impact. And the moment you focus on helping others, fear loses its grip. It's okay to feel fear, but it's not okay to let fear decide your life. You don't need to be fearless. You need to be faithful. Faithful to your vision, faithful to your values, faithful to that voice inside that says, there's more for you than this. Setbacks will happen. So will stumbles. That's part of growth. You'll take a risk and it won't always work out. But every time you rise again, you build something stronger inside you. Fear can't handle people who refuse to stay down. Keep standing. Keep rising. Keep moving. Your past doesn't disqualify you. Your doubts don't disqualify you. Fear only wins if you stop showing up. But you're still here. You're still breathing. That means the story isn't over. That means the next chapter is still yours to write. With courage, not fear. You are not weak for feeling scared. You are human. But your power comes from what you choose to do with that fear. Will you freeze? Or will you rise? The choice isn't always easy, but it is always yours. Don't let fear be the narrator of your life. Take the pen back. Write something bold, something different, something worthy of the fire inside you. The world doesn't need another perfect person. It needs a courageous one. And that might just be you. So today, feel the fear. Let it rise. Then move anyway. Speak anyway. Lead anyway. Because the version of you that's waiting on the other side of fear, that version is stronger, wiser, and more alive than you've ever known. And they're waiting for you to show up